inside Thursday night. How's it going? Alright, strip back, good crack, multi-trade podcast. Share the knowledge you know, help to make our sector grow. Everybody's learning from experts and the journeyman. Insights.
I know, I'm going to get it. Go on, go. Just go straight away.
Check out their full catalogue.
Yeah, check out their full catalogue.
This podcast is sponsored by Robus Lighting, the world's leading LED lighting company.
Jump over and download the My Robus app, see their full range and catalogue, and make the next order with ease.
This episode is coming to you in association with Snickers Workwear Ireland.
So jump on to snickersworkwear.ie, see what they have on offer, and find your local stockist. And then he was like, Jesus, that's great. Same crack with when I gave him the free bits. That's brilliant. Give me 10 minutes and ring you back. And as soon as I knew that, I knew he's ringing the other fella.
Yeah.
He comes back, he rings me back. He had the neck to ring me back. And he said, I was talking to the other fella and he can do it for 17,800. I was like, you know what you can do? I said,
I'm out.
Best of luck with your job. Thanks for wasting my time. I'll talk to you down the road. Just hung up the phone and what a wanker.
Yeah.
I was more frustrated with myself because I tried to jump through hoops for him and I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you about the pricing thing upstairs.
Yeah. And this is one of the reasons I don't go to jobs anymore and price them.
Yeah.
Because what you end up doing is exactly what you've done. You go around.
Yeah.
It's like an EV charger, for example, and a client has no info on it, doesn't know what's involved in it. You talk them through everything. You teach them everything.
Yeah.
You go away and then the next guy quotes in and they go, oh, well, this guy said that he can do it like this. Gave them all your information. And then they're just, I'm not going to win it. And then it's not just...
You just spec the job for them. Like.
Yeah, you've spec the job. You've given them all that valuable information. How many ever years of experience you've got, plus you've used the fuel, plus you've given up the time which you could have spent with your family, which is far more important.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared to do it anymore. So if you don't fill out my form, I'm not coming round.
Yeah, yeah.
Simple
That's the
as
magic
that.
of the form, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because the other thing is you're now invested in the job because you've had to go and find out this information for me.
Yeah.
You've had to basically work out the cable route.
Yeah.
You've had to
You feel like you're part of it, yeah.
Yeah, you are. And then, like, you've submitted this information, you've had to work something out yourself, you've come back to me, we've discussed it, and now we're on the same page.
Yeah. You wanted to work more than you ever did in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel like you're actually working.
You've invested your time.
Your
now.
time.
It's not my time that's just invested, it's yours also.
Yeah.
And I'm such a strong, I'm just like, the amount of times that I've gone home and I've just submitted a quote and then like within like 3 minutes got it declined. And I'm like, I've given 2 hours of that time when I could have just been with my family.
Yeah. No, it makes I'm disgusted. I went back to my wife and I was like, I was so angry, like, but it actually wasn't with him. In the end of it was initially when I hung up the phone, it was myself. Like. Yeah. So what was I doing?
Exactly.
Why did I go and do that?
Yeah.
And I even something even stupider, which I'll never do again as well. I itemised every item on the quote and put the price beside it.
No.
So your man just got that.
Yeah.
And was like, I'll beat that by a tenner, I'll beat that by a fiver, I'll beat that. Everything he would have been cheaper, like. And we're not cheap, like. Yeah. We're probably somewhere in the middle, like. We're not there, definitely not there. Yeah. But
I don't itemise anything and I don't separate labour costs to materials either.
Yeah, I don't do that, yeah.
It's the price is the price.
Yeah.
And then my answer is, can you do it any cheaper? My answer is simply no.
No.
That's it. And the other thing I like to say to clients is, this is like, now if I've had a bit of a bad day maybe, and I might say to my client, who do you work for? And they'll say, oh, whoever.
Yeah.
Snickers. I'll be like, all right, well, if your boss came in and said, would you mind working the same amount today, but for a bit less money? You're going to be okay with that? Because that's what you're asking me to do.
Yeah.
You're asking me to work less for the same job.
Yeah.
And if you were in my shoes, your boss asked you that, you'd tell him to fuck off.
It's the truth.
So
when you put it like that, like
it is, just spin it round.
I'm so fucking angry with myself.
Yeah.
Like.
And the other thing is, it's the other relatable thing I like to say is, you know, like people, I don't do a hourly rate either. I do the price on the job,
Yeah.
and that's what you get. And when people say to me like, oh, I charge £35 an hour, and I charge maybe £50-60 an hour if you're going to break it down or whatever, and then I say to them, well, if you went to the doctors and they said you had 10 hours left to live, would you give them up for £30 an hour? What's your time worth?
Yeah.
Right, so if it's now worth more than £30 an hour because you've only got 10 left,
Yeah.
why are you giving it away
Yeah.
at that rate all the rest of the time?
I've watched a good few things on that. Like, it's like, what do you value more? Do you value the time more, or do you value the quality more? But yeah, it just goes down that rabbit hole of time. It's like, if like, for instance, you doing a charger, I can do that charger for you in half a day. I'm going to charge you X amount, but someone's going to get it done quicker. I'm going to charge you half the amount. Who do you pay? The one that's going to do it properly, or the one that's going to do it quicker and less quality and cheaper?
Yeah.
Which, like, if you said that to someone, they're obviously going to say,
I just kept it out.
they're going to say quality. Like, but when it comes down to it, like, it's Ireland is terrible for it. I'd say England is the same, or the UK is the same. It's like race to the bottom. Race to the bottom.
No one's got no money either.
No.
They don't want to be spending it on that because no one wants to spend like loads of money on an EV charger because it's not like a luxury, but they'll spend a ton of money on the car.
Yeah.
Because that's the luxury part.
Yeah.
They're not interested in the bit that looks after the luxury.
Yeah.
Because there's no real sort of like, they got nothing out of it. No enjoyment.
I have to get that. Like, that's not a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff people spend their money on is nuts. It's like it's the car or it's the TV or it's something that they're constantly going to be using. See, they'll drive away in the car, but they're not constantly watching the charger. Like, so it's until you sell the gimmicks to them, like the apps, and you know, you're showing them the generation of, like, with the solar and all that. You're selling them.
The
through.
solar's the worst. Like, we go to like do a survey in a house, like, and it's in bits. The wiring is in bits,
Yeah, but
and they're looking to pay.
App work, like what we spoke with, with Anchor, like, you're selling nearly the app to the client, where you're nearly getting them then to sell on that product then to their neighbours, like, because look what my solar's doing. Like, I mean, look what it's generating for me. Like, I'm doing my laundry for free. You know what I mean? That type of shit. Like, where to me, I don't know if that would, like, if somebody told me like, you can do my laundry for free, like, I don't think it would make me want to buy a fucking solar panel. Like,
no, but
you know what I mean?
it is. It's that selling. You can sell it so easily, but it's when you go into the house and you're like, why the fuck are you getting solar in when your whole house needs to be rewired? You do not put the 15 grand into
First,
do that first and then look at solar later on. Like, the solar's no use when your fucking house burnt down. Like, you know what I mean?
Or it'll help it burn down.
Yeah. Glad that, yeah.
But that's not a new thing, you know, house wise, no satisfaction.
That's what I'm saying. It's a necessity thing.
Yeah.
They don't like, it's not a choice. If I come in and say, sorry, you can't have solar now because your house, you need to get that done first. Oh, you should know it's a hazard. And some of them are that bad. You're going, there's another, what's the other one? The emergency, no, it's a hazard where it's going straight to the HSA because it's so,
you're flagging it.
You're flagging it as like someone's going to die in this house, like, you know?
Yeah.
But then at that stage, then like you're not just putting yourself out of work, like you're putting the safety of somebody over making a bit of money out of a job. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to be getting from comeback. I was the last electrician on that job. Like,
then you're into that problem that we're talking about. You're going to do that survey, and then you're in the survey, and you're like, I can't do any work here. Yeah. This is just waste of time.
Yeah.
There's are real bigs on EICRs over in the UK as well, aren't they? Like, they make a lot of money out of them. Like,
they're not worth anything.
I do not know.
So people, again, that's a race to the bottom.
How much is it to do like an EICR? Is it dependent on the circuits, or is it just the size of the house or the property, or what?
I don't even think that. I think a lot of the EICRs come through estate agents. And I'll be honest, I'm not really in the EICR scene because I cannot win those jobs at all because I'll charge accordingly.
Yeah.
When I reckon the average, I know there's people in England doing like EICRs for like 80 quid. And it's like, it's impossible to test a whole house, inspect it for 80 quid. They're not doing it.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Drive-by EICRs.
Exactly that. So to me, they hold no value because
they're
just not getting done properly.
yeah,
And no one cares.
Mm.
And the estate agent just wants a tick in the box.
sell the house.
Yeah.
It's like when you go into
Or
some of
rent
these
the
places,
house.
like, and you see like the testing and inspection is being done, like, or an EICR is being done, and you see somebody's label on it, like, and as soon as you open up the board, you know this hasn't been done. Like, you just know for a fact, like.
Yeah, you can see the results are made up anyway when
Yeah.
you start going through the others. You can just see them.
Yeah, you can see it on the page. Yeah, you can see it on the page.
Especially
Any good
these, like-
electrician will know from the page, like,
Definitely.
you know,
He knows his maths.
your R1 or R2s, and then you're going to the impedance, and it's like,
The lads now on TikTok and all sharing, like, this is how you can get your ZS readings and all, and
Oh,
you know,
I've seen some wacky.
see them, like,
oh yeah, honestly, no, I get it.
85% of whatever and all this shit. Like, they're telling people how to just literally how to cheat the system. Like,
Yeah, I've seen people do it on lighting circuits, and then you're getting the earths off the sockets and stuff like that, and all sorts of stuff. I'm like, that's insane. What is going on?
that's not doing anything for. That's like literally, they're not testing anything there.
no, kidding themselves. Yeah,
Like basically, what you're doing, you're testing earth basically.
Yeah.
In every most tests.
yeah.
And then the lads are cheating it by fucking taking an earth from a socket. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
actually
yeah.
haven't got one at the light.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Exactly.
Like what we do here is that gets wrote on your test sheet. No earths. If there's a metal fixture, immediately recommended works change it to a plastic fitting.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like you need earth at your lights.
Yeah.
No, it's a hazard. You need an earth.
I was saying to
Oh,
keep it
God.
for like some of the shit. Like, I'll go in now and I'll do fixed wire testing, like in the retail. So we'll go in and so you're doing fixed wire testing, so we'll charge per circuit, and you go in and retails, because it's like this. You go into any shop, like, and it's all false ceilings, like, and that is just fucking cowboy country, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As soon as you open up one of them, like, you just don't. So every single, I was only saying to you, wasn't it? Like, you're going in and so you'll click off one light and you'll have 10 lights off a click, like, but not one earth is brought through. You know what I mean? So they're not going them through or
Yeah.
anything, like, so it's just like the first earth is just cut, and every single cable onwards, like, there's just no earth, like,
Yeah.
going anywhere along, like, and it doesn't matter, I said, if the fucking fitting is fucking doesn't need an earth, like, you should be still running your earth along the circuit, like,
For the
so they're
next
still
person.
continuing it. You know what I mean? No matter what, just for the protection of the circuit, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter, like, if somebody's up above that ceiling doing any type of work, like, and cuts through a cable, like, you'll want an earth going back, like.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, when you pop your head up once it is, like, it's very rarely that you're going to find, like, lovely,
Good work. Yeah.
good work. Like,
You're
you know
not,
what I
are
mean?
you?
It's
You're
an
not.
absolute jungle full of cables,
Yeah.
like. But at the end of the day, like, you can turn yourself around and say, like, these people are getting paid by the job, like, to get in and get out, like,
That's right.
and they just need to get in and get out, like, and they're not going to say, right,
I know.
we need
he's
to
gonna
run a
see
bit.
it.
We need to run a bit of tray up there, like, and
Yeah.
they're just going to fuck it across, like.
Well, it's not about good work; it's about getting it working, isn't it?
Yeah, getting it working.
Truth.
At the same time, we're getting it working, and I can have respect for some people who get it working and still get the minimal amount of safety, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Nail clip or two.
yeah, an L clip or two and an air and an air connected, like, you know.
If you're lucky, yeah.
We'll get going. We
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
We'll probably use half of that now.
Might as well.
Get the inside from Stephen and Keith. It's the product of the week.
Right, we're back for a product of the week segment, and we've John Ford back with us again on season 6, talking about a product that's looking to be an innovative product for Robus this year. What's the name of it, John?
This product is called Ziigna.
What are going to be our applications for the Ziigna?
The Ziigna is going to be a surface-mounted or a suspended continuous linear product. So what that would mean is it goes mechanically, it can just be bolted together for miles almost.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it'll go on and on and on. So you often see it in schools, you'll see it in corridors, you see it in office blocks, you see it in airports, railway stations. The applications for it are almost endless.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we're looking at here is a metal frame. Obviously, you can get it double-sided. You'll have your LED ran through it, and it can be then, through the conversions team, be adjusted to anyone's needs pretty much for the likes of gyms or commercial shops.
Shop lighting,
Yeah.
oil lighting, I suppose, in shops would be probably going to be a big one for it, I'd say.
Yeah, that's key. You know, it's a straight line, curves, as in bends, not curves, bends. But Yeah, so it's a box. You'll see it in corridors, you see it in office blocks, you see it in airports, railway stations. The applications for it are almost endless. It's a box section, or it's an extruded aluminium, if you like, with a set of LED modules in it for your downwards light, for your primary light source. But you flip that over and you've still got the opportunity then of having upwards light spill. So you're illuminating the ceiling, so you're getting rid of that sort of caving effect, if you like.
Yeah.
Low glare options and standard light output options are both available in a series of colours. 3000 and 4000 Kelvin are available from stock. They'll be here in stock. But outside of that, for bespoke projects, there'll be anything from 2700 up to 6500 Kelvin modules available.
I suppose within the conversion team, you're looking at maybe coming out straight away with maybe a 90 bend to be able to, you know, follow the lines of the shops, and then possibly down the line getting into more funky angles as well.
Absolutely. So this product would be starting off as a 3 meter extrusion.
Okay.
And then we can chop that down almost to what the site requirement is. From stock, then we'll have X bends, T bends, and L bends, that's just the metal being bolted together through a coupler. So then you can run your light source within. And you can cable through it as well.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
For commercial circumstances as well, obviously emergency lighting could be incorporated into these as well.
Emergency lighting, yes. So standard or manual test emergency lighting is a yes. Self-test is under test right now. It's looking good, so that should be part and parcel of it. And then we're going to start looking at smart emergency lighting and see how that can progress. So the options with emergency lighting are quite good.
What we've got here is we've got the black model. Does it come in different colours, or is there a potential for it to come in different colours?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we recognise that just black isn't going to suit every building that we come across. So black and white extrusion will be held on stock here at Robus. After that, if the customer wants to dictate the RAL number, we can then go back to works, powder coat that, paint that on a project by project basis and supply. So it doesn't have to be black or white.
Yeah,
deadly, great
brilliant
product, and look forward to seeing this practically. I know we do have some samples up in our visitor centre here in Robus, so
yeah, they'll be on show, and I guess when it comes out and we can start actually getting our hands on them and getting some installation done, I know yourself, Keith, would like to get your hands on it and do
100%,
some jobs on it. We can do a bit more in-depth discussions on it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic product. I'm really looking forward to getting this out into the marketplace because the market for it is huge. Having the product here on stock is really going to benefit our customers, because we're not going to be talking about 6, 8, 10 or even 12-week deliveries. Hopefully we're going to be looking at 2 to maybe 3 weeks for bespoke services.
The design on this will be available through the Robus app?
Yeah, so we've got on the website, it's actually live now, Build My Ziigna. So it's a short form solution, which would then allow the end user to sort of map out what they're trying to do and then engage with us on a lighting design level or an area sales manager level to discuss the possibilities, how feasible it is. But you've got the ready reckoner already built.
class.
So it's there, it's making the solution really, really simple. You can hit Robus on their social media, or you can hit myself, John Ford, or Leducation by Robus is another one. You can hit all of those on Instagram and on LinkedIn, and we'd be more than happy to feedback with information and support.
Brilliant.
Thanks, John. Really appreciate you coming in to go through that with us.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Really looking forward to seeing these out in the field.
Cheers, gents.
Inside Thursday night, how's it going? Alright, strip back, good crack, multi-trade podcast. Share the knowledge you know, help to make our sector grow. Everybody's learning from experts and the journeymen.